as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out. Whoever wins this in the round of 16 will go through to play Movistar Riders in the next round. So that's an interesting battle. And of course, Movistar have not been the same ever since they lost Sampire. So you'd have to say that Sangal might be feeling that they've got a bit of an open bracket here.
Perhaps if they can make it through the upper side. Movistar's still a dangerous team, though. I think that I've seen enough from Martinez to know that I think there's a world where they get back to really strong form. I think it's going to take a while, though. I think the thing they're missing with some Pius is the voice, right? Martinez is a young player. He can't call in the same way. He can't read in the same way. He doesn't have the same chemistry as someone who's played with them for ages. So that, I think, is something that does develop over time, and who knows, maybe it's time to do it. But we're not talking about Movistar right now. We're talking about Sangal, we're talking about Sinners, and we're talking about Overpass. Here we go, Trav.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's my first time casting with you. I've worked an event with you, even in studio, so it's going to be a pleasure to actually share the mic with you for the first time. And we're going to be rushing in toward B straight away. Soulfly back toward ABC, gets the first towards 0, manages to fall back and keep that man advantage intact as well. B-Stick, though, pushing toward water, destroys Fuzi, who is in probably the most difficult position to play on a pistol, to be honest. Grenades come in, and Zcoat will drop to that one. And B-Stick still doing work, though. So 3v3, bomb not yet planted because of that kill, so it's going to be a bit of a brawl coming in here.
Seems to be the case. QP, that's a great shot. Brings it down to the 1v1. Bomb not planted. And Scrunk wants to take the initiative here. Gets down. Has a full minute to play with here, so Shock's just going to chill, see if the fight comes his way. Hasn't yet. Shock playing this a lot of patience. Maybe just trying to force the rotate off, but with the bomb down there, there's no real need to. Scrunk, does he want to get back into heaven?
Yeah,
certainly he knows the C4 is down.
He does. It's a tough call because obviously he's so low and he knows he can play, even though he is low, he can play a long game. And yeah, maybe he thinks that Shock's nabbed the bomb and has taken it back through short in the madness of all those battles coming in. We do have some game audio now for you. Don't worry, guys. We're here for you. And I think he's been spotted. So Shock now knows all the information and knows he can just pick up the bomb and probably get it planted. Sees an arm. Not sure whether he'll have the intel that Scrunk is low, but he's got 20 seconds to fake out the bomb once and try and force him out from that position. And it's a pretty interesting standoff now, considering they both know where each other are, and there we are. It's a pop to the head, even though he didn't need it, and the Sinners win the opening pistol.
There we go. All right, well played from Shock. Huge amount of patience there. A risky one at that. But you're seeing the heavy hitters start out early. QB and Shock having themselves some nice starts. They're gonna go with this. Force bite comes through from Sangal. Got so close to that last one. I want to try and bring it through here, but it's pistols, an SMG, a single rifle for QB. Not a lot. Some util to work with. Nothing dramatic going through here.
What would be your choice, Mike, in this one? You've got 3 kills in the pistol on CT side. You can afford a FAMAS. Do you buy a FAMAS? I buy an MP9, man, every time.
Yeah, MP9 and more utility.
Exactly.
Heck, on this map, Mag 7 playing connector. Underrated.
Why not?
Underrated. You know what gun is truly underrated? Is the Nova.
Really?
Nova stand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you have that one for now.
I think the thing about the Nova that's so powerful is how much damage it can actually do at range. Here's going to be the hit. Flashbang check in. Oh my god, it's lethal. Soulfly gets 2 out of that. Almost looked like it was going to be a third. If the nade was closer, it could have been. But fortunately for Sinners, they get away before the HE blooms. Unfortunately, they'll be dropping 2 rifles down on the other side of that monster tunnel. Zero is just going to try and police it, but he's got to be very careful about this. I would not fancy his chances if he takes a fight at range with a Deagle. Not right now. A chest shot will do him in. And at this point, Sangal shift Fuzi up to be the early warning system towards Zay. Sinners need to decide which direction they actually want to take this parcel of C4. 25 seconds is all they have here, Trav. They have no information towards sites. This is bad. It's going to funnel them back in towards B, but hearing that door open, Sangal's going to keep 3 players here. They've got the bodies. Yeah. There's only 15 seconds. Sinners is in a world of trouble.
This is a big issue. They've got so many players who can just peek water at any time to deny a bomb plant. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, it's ticking down, and the smoke on the site is going to delay it even longer. He has to jump across bridge to try and get it planted. Zero, can he try and deny the deniers? In the end, I'm not even sure it comes through, because the force bite is successful purely due to time, and that was a bit of a weird one.
Yeah, I thought they had the plan, but I guess he couldn't find the exact pixel he needed to try and get it down, or panicked and pulled off. I'm not really sure what happened there. Either way, the end result is Sangal with the dub, and that's really all they're going to care about.
That was strange. I mean, I agree with you. I thought that he got onto the site with what? I think 6 or 5 seconds. And you know how you're on the edge of the default... Yeah, the default position on Overpass, on the edge of it, it sometimes can take a second to edge yourself closer to where you can actually plant the bomb. And I think maybe he just took too long on that in the end and couldn't get it down in time. And in the end, even though lots of kills came through, it didn't be successful. But as you say, in the next openings... the following round, it's an opening 1-for-1. Fuzi down, 3 MP9s and an M4 to face up against 2 rifles of Sinners.
And the problem is Fuzi had one of their M4s, right? So now that's basically out of play. Zero's going to be left behind to just try and police it a little bit. Might be retrievable, especially now as Zero dies. Zero dies. Oh, no!
Wow.
Corey!
Wow.
He didn't have armor! Uh-oh! Oh, this one's
dear.
gone off the rails early on. That's another gun picked up. It's just going to be the MP9s. This is complete chaos. The bomb's going to go down. This is disastrous. Bomb plant denied, but the trade is instant. Somehow QB pulled 2 kills out of this. That I don't quite understand. So he may have given this a possibility for Skrunk. Skrunk's going to take a look for sure. And as he closes the gap, as he closes the angles, they've withdrawn into long. Oh, no. Skrunk's going to be so close right now. Does he read his positioning?
He's hearing everything right now. Skrunk's working his way up. He's got 2 flashes. Obviously, has a pretty advantageous angle as well, and he's not showing himself at the moment. Sinners are desperate to stick together. They're going to plant for Bank, which is a shame, which means Skrunk can't really do much about this, but he might still be able to creep around this smoke, and there we go. He tries to get the timing, but B-Stick checks it at the right time, and in the end, the forced by battles continue.
So I have one thing that I know now, is that this is going to get weird. Zero winds up with an MP9 instead of a rifle. Can't quite close that one, so that's a bit unfortunate, but it should finally... Oh, no, it's not an eco. I was going to say it should finally be an eco through for Sangal, but of course not. It's the force buy here. It's a double eco situation, so they'll go all the way in on the Deegs. And normally I'd say this should be a good round for Sinners, but based on these first few, I don't think I have any predictions here, Trav.
Yes, the force fight battles early on in a map can be a rough for whoever loses it, and if Sangal can't hit back themselves here, then you'd expect Sinners to work their way up to a 4-1 lead. And this time it's only the pistols, not an MP9, not a FAMAS, no nothing, just the pistols. KUB buying a kit just in case, always respect that. But Sinners have everything in their wheelhouse right now. Picked up MP9 on Zero, he's got full utility to play with, and even an M4 on Shock as well. Always nice to have the M4A1S on T side, very handy.
This is an HE poised from QB. That's an interesting one. Normally see players hold that angle with a flash for their teammate to peek around, but I guess he's just hoping that Soulfly will be able to bait out a response. I'll try and chase in that kill, and the HE will land. Kind of an interesting idea. The spot for Skrunk could really be a difference maker. They're going to come his way, it looks like. Pushing out the monster tunnel now. Ooh, here's the spot. Throw that nade. Let it go. It does something. Not much. But all the bodies are here. It's a 4-stack. This could be bad, Trav. This could be bad.
Thankfully, they have a bit of a line underneath that pillar smoke, so they're going to be fine with that. QB does body spam Zedko out of the round. And of course, Soulfly's still here, but now they know he's there, so it should be an easy puzzle for Sinners to solve. And there we go. The wallbang with B-Stick getting himself that kill through the edge of the site. He'll finish off Fuzi towards CT as well. So that is the forced buy battles broken. And now Sangal, unfortunately for them, will be forced onto a full eco.
I'm really curious to see what an actual Sangal gun round looks like, because right now their force buys have looked like their hair's on fire in half of these.
That's the problem, isn't it? Early game, if you are in that situation where you're in those force buy battles, it can take a while to have a proper gun round, even with the AWP.
Yeah.
So it might be a while until we see Fuzi on it.
We won't in the next gun round, certainly, unless somebody gets way too many pistol kills in this one. Shouldn't
exactly
be happening. But they've gone for the stack, why not? Sinners, it's interesting. So far, they have shown a tendency to sort of pick their site and go in without a lot of information. So there's a possibility things get weird with these pistols in the bathrooms. And Shock looks like he wants to test that possibility. Shock and B-Stick coming in for a little check. See, they get one, but the mowdown is swift. The response is good. Shock is dropped. Uh-oh. Can't quite get this gun away, and now just Scrunk. He's a goner. Can't imagine he's going to be able to get out of this one, and they're even chasing with the bomb right now. Zero is chasing because he just wanted that kill. He wanted that upgrade, and now he'll maybe make the wiser move. They have left a gun for Scrunk. No, never mind. Okay. Forzy realizes it sticks around. Just got to make sure he doesn't go scavenging. And indeed, he will not be able to.
Yep, very nice cleanup from Sinners in the end. 3 players alive, that is fine. If it was 2, it'd be a bit worrying, but majority is always better, of course. And now we do get to see that gun round, but as we said, it is AWP-less for Fuzi, so just the 5 M4s. We've seen USP stacks. Yeah, true, that's a good point. So his opening duels for him will be not AWP on AWP, it will be rifles only. We have seen USP stacks kind of work, haven't we? I mean, just in the major of the day, we saw Fanatics come off on the Inferno, but of course that was a very different stack to that one, so it is a sort of a 1 in 100 that you make that a success, for sure. Oh, again, Corey. He was looking for information there. He was flashed in towards the edge of Fountain, and he didn't give it a proper clear to the left, and because of that, he made noise running away, and that's when B-Stick pounced.
Woo! There's the find. Skrunk's got it. That's a big find. It's looking a little rough, losing Corey early on, but trading that kill back, that's going to slow Sinners down. As we've seen before, they have a tendency to get real slow. Look at where the bomb is. Look at where they're taking control. They're gonna have to somebody all the way back around just to retrieve that. And as we hit 55 seconds, that kind of time delay could be bad. Problem is, Scrunk trying to get a little information, delivers himself back into that AWP. Forzy is isolated, which could be a problem. And there it is. He gets caught. Problem is, well, the B site's gone. They've cleared it out in the meantime. So Fuzi, he's just gonna get himself an off and maybe be able to retrieve that in the next round. But this round is done. Bomb is down. Sinners on top. They'll find their 5th. And it's a really nice start here to their own map pick.
It is, yeah, and it's they're looking very clean as well. Zedka, that was a lovely shot towards CT, and I think the interesting one about that is they were very stealthy, and surprisingly stealthy, of course, for Sangal as well. I had no idea they would already walked through Monster up next to Pillar and Bridge. And Zedko caught off the B defenders perfectly in that scenario. Fuzi, getting that AWP, as you say, picked up is pretty critical, actually, because as we discussed, the economy is not in a good state early game after all the force buy battles, so it's the only way he's actually going to get an AWP in the near future. And they're not hunting him, they're looking around, but they're not chasing as a pack, so they'll be able to keep that into the next round. So this is a good start for Sinners on T. Pistols to surround the AWP. It is all. Bit of util, at least, but nothing too scary. As done that AWP, and it's up to Sinners to search where that AWP is.
Ooh, they've put it down towards Monster. This is an interesting move, right? If Sinners have done their homework, they know that Fuzi really likes to play around A in the bathrooms. So,
yep.
I think you can see from the early lean here, they are expecting to find that AWP on the other side. It's not going to be the case. Oh, Zero pays the penalty, but now they know. And a smoke up from the CT side should give Sinners a chance to just reset. Get the bomb moving around. Problem is, Fuzi's expecting that exact play. And he's tempted to leave. They're going to rotate off. Oh, this might be a bit premature. Sinners want to redouble their efforts. They've completely focused in towards Monster, and having seen nothing, Fuzi's still starting to float, but they'll have the triple stack here in water, and Fuzi not too far away. He can rotate down towards heaven before you know it. This flashbang will be the tip-off. These nades should sail in immediately afterwards. They do good damage. Look at that. These players are so vulnerable. The flashbang's effective now. He's got a kill, but this is going to start to fall apart, and there it is. The pistols might as well be ops at this point. 40 seconds, bombs down. Ops now back in the arena of play. The molly will clear out one, so they can calm down for a moment, but they don't have a lot of time to work with. The next kill could be everything. Molotov's keeping the pressure up, but Sinners are out of util now. They got a single smoke. That's gone now. It's just Forzy. Fuzi has put that op into 2 big impact kills. And that may have just finished off this round. Forzy's backing away. He's going to T-side save. They're giving this one up. That's going to be a second round on the board for Sangal off of 1 op and a bevy of pistols.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, isn't it? I mean, the thing that I find interesting about that sort of round is they try and recover the guns, maybe mini run boost there to get these AKs. They think that Forzy could still be holding that angle, so make sure you recover everything. They do, 2 AKs, handy. But yeah, the thing that's interesting about that is the fact that so often it is the most obvious play to have, you know, 1 AWP saved on one side of the map, get 1 pick, then rotate to the other side because you think they're going to try and avoid it. This time they say, okay, we're just going to go straight into where that AWP was again, thinking that maybe there was only a couple of pistols around it. The pistols did fall away, but they still hit shots toward the back of CT, and the AWP's still a heaven on the quick rotate. So not much you can do about that when they're all in position.
I think that double HE play was so important as well, right? We saw them attempt a similar thing a couple of rounds ago, so that's clearly a focus here for Sangal. A thought process, the monster nade play, but this time it was just, it was timing the beautiful. So much damage. Those players were all, you know, down below half by the time they're entering in, so then they're definitely afraid of the pistols, and couldn't have worked out better for Sangal. Exactly as they drew it up. Get the first pick. So a little chaos in, they focus back in, you got the nade play to come in. There's just layers of kickers on that. Now, Sinners need to try and rally. They still have a substantial lead here, but if they drop this one, their bank's going to start to drain before you know it. That'll give up that early momentum in a big way.
It could be handy for Soulfly if they work their way through short. There was a little gap underneath that smoke that they deployed to put out that molly. Another lovely pick from Fuzi, though. He's been loving those ones so far. He's looking for the boost as well, and that is glorious stuff from Fuzi. Knowing exactly what Sinners could be doing with a pick down. The boost short is often the way to go, and he gives it a look, and he'd be right to do so. Another 2 kills for him, showing up in a big way.
They do know the ball, or the ops is down lower, right? So they're going to threaten this way. So Corey up by the side. This is going to be huge. He catches the timing. Cost of a lot of health. Surprised he's sticking around here, trying to get out towards long instead, and this gives him a position to play from. So now they'll start to rotate up a third. It's QB who's going to come up and support. But Sinners, we've seen it before. They're done. They're pulling the ripcord. They're out of this one. They don't have time. They ain't leaving enough clock. They don't leave clock, period. Matter of course. But they're going to give up on this one, and now their money's going to get real strange.
Yeah, that's always a problem, isn't it, when you save on T side, you just go all over the place with economy in different positions for the rest of the team. Like, Shock can... I mean, he can buy here, actually, but...
Yeah, I think you've got to go in this situation.
Because of that, you have to go in and even it out. Yeah, agreed. I think that's the best way to do it. Evening out money is often the best way to go about it. And, yeah, I think that round, again, was just a factor of giving Fuzi a couple of free angles. And when you hold Monster as a rifle, it... can be pretty difficult to counter anything coming towards you. And in the end, Fuzi made it a success once again. Scrunk, he loves his flash assists, and obviously being the IGL, we know he's great at that. And he's got 6 so far, and I'm pretty sure a majority of those are flash assists because, of course, on ESL servers, flash assists do show on the scoreboard. So that is showing that he's already helping out his team to great effect. You can see the cogs turning, the conversations happening as the utility is switched between a few of the B-site defenders. B-stick, happy to be on the deagle. 50 seconds to go.
They're going to rock right into Fuzi's op again. They try and take this long control. They're going to rock right into the AWP. It has come. It has been there. Oh, no, this time. All right, they offset the angle. Love it. Did they expect a player close up? They should. Now they certainly know. Utility needs to come here. It's not here in time. The peek back in gets nothing, and this time it works out. They read the positioning, but again, time is going to be an issue. Time is going to be such an issue. There's still a Molotov on QB. He's down low, but he needs to get up top. 25 seconds. I don't... They give me connections with the way they want to play this.
Yeah, they're letting them rotate.
Oh, they're so slow in. They're so slow in. The first one's going to drop 15 seconds. They could lose this just purely on time. They don't know Soulfly's here. Oh, that was the moment. That was the kill, but they still dropped the bomb. 10 seconds. 9. And they've got it.
Oh.
Sinners, give themselves no margin for error. If Soulfly from Truck gets 1 kill and tucks back in, that round is over.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many aspects of that round. The brilliant boost on Long, the fact that they feel out the second player on Long as well and get that pick through Forzy's up once again. And then when they push towards the site, as you say, I'm surprised they waited so long. They just let the rotations come in. And in the end, it was very tight, but they work it out. And I think Scrunk could have easily got more damage done toward Bathroom as well, considering he got that 1 kill. After that, he was left with 1 bullet left. Had to go to the USP and fight someone. And couldn't get a reload off on his rifle. If he did have a fresh clip, who knows? That round could have been a bit different.
Corey smoked off. Alta, what?
Okay.
What? Is there a light there that I'm not... No, that light's not switched on.
No, that's just timing shots. Yeah.
That's brutal. If you're wondering what I'm saying with the light, there is a trick on Mirage where there's a light if you're watching from window towards catwalk, where even through a smoke, if a player walks in front of it, it will obscure the light from your vision, and a lot of players will abuse that to control the timing shots on Cat. Doesn't work on Overpass. That one's just brutal for Sinners. And now they're gonna poke in towards the B site with no information. They've gained a lot of ground. Zedko's been allowed so far forward. This is honestly shocking considering there's 3 players here. But Sangal are holding so far back. They're inviting this push. They're inviting this play. 30 seconds on the clock. QB will be the first point of contact. And here comes the util. He's not going to be caught by these flashes at all. He's got the first kill. Second should be here in a moment. That's a nice one. But the trade's there. And Forzy, I mean, this doesn't seem like a possibility. And indeed, he's going to be dropped.
Yep, good hold from Sangal. They've been burnt once already by being a little bit slow and a little bit defensive on B, giving Sinners the opportunity to walk out Monster and walk out short and get some progress. But in this instance, of course, the fact that Corey got those 2 disgusting kills through the smoke early round, it was a little bit more comfortable and they managed to fight their way through. And that puts Sinners onto a pistol buy as well, so we could be in for an even half pretty quickly. Bit of time to have a tactical timeout that isn't actually a timeout with these pistols. Have a discussion as they walk through short what to do on the next gun round. They're going to try and burst away. As a 5 coming in here, and here we go. Surely they've shocked Sangal too much here. And yeah, first 3 kills come through. Soulfly finishes it off. Nicely done. 3 upgraded pistol there with a deagle on the floor, I believe. And that is all perfect for Sangal. 1 behind now. And they're starting to feel it a little bit more, especially with Fuzi on his AWP as well.
So if they can knot up the score here, this should be nice. It's already a decent first half for Sinners, right? Don't want to take anything away from them. That 1 round that they got with a long play means that they've got a very solid half. But considering the 5-1 start, they'd love to get another one. They'd love to keep this competitive. So it's up to the Sangal side to deny them. Nice early nade, but what is this? The double push out monster is disastrous. Zedko blind just sprays one down and nearly catches the second. That was a bit of calculated aggression that has gone completely awry.
That was so close to the second as well. The fact he escapes back through that monster smoke is, I would say, slightly fortunate. Fuzi picking up that utility from the back of dice that he was dropped. What does Sangal do off the back of this? Of course, so often in 4v5s you do want to go and look for some information to try and get something back for your team into an even scenario. And that flash that Fuzi has. And as he re-picks up a second, 3 in total, and they re-flash in, and he tries to get Scrunk into the action, but B-Stick's angle is too impressive, and now Fuzi trying to take matters into his own hands, pushing up, takes one, and around that bottom's area that you mentioned, Mike, once again gets a pick.
He's rotating. What? Resetting the utility, okay. A bit confusing here. It's interesting, I feel like Sangal don't have a good feel for Sinner's tempo yet. Because Sinners...
No, I agree.
When they get that initial advantage, they're just going to sit on it for like a minute. That's what we've come to expect from them. And Sangal trying to retake that space, trying to get aggressive, well, that's where they drop Scrunk, right? That's where you lose the second player. And that's what Sinners are hoping for. They're hoping for that exact re-aggression now. Uh-oh, that's the bomb. 13 seconds. Once again, they've left themselves no time to work with, but just enough time to get a bomb. Still a 3-on-3 in the retake. This is far from a sure thing. It was looking very good for Sinners early on. Now they're going to need to hold in the post. Aids choose the wrong spot. They were hoping for an Optimus plant. It wasn't that. And 0 up on top of the dice. This is going to be an interesting off angle. Does QB expect it? No, but he's still going to get the kill. Good snap, too. Great response. Quick kill. It's all about the guns now. Utility's gone. And Fuzi holding the line. He can't get it. He can't get it. Leaves it all to Corey. Big play from Forzy. The defuse right under his nose, but Forzy will finish things off. That is a huge round for the Sinners.
Ah, that's even Forzy without his AWP, right? That was clean as hell from him. Gorgeous headshots. Perfect timing on the reface from Long. The fact that they'd already lost one player, of course, on top of Dice meant that maybe he was looking for a timing. Fuzi was holding the angle, but he still managed to destroy him, and all 3 kills were pretty glorious in the end. Well played, Sinners, recovering a 7th. And cancelling out Sangal's mini comeback. Fuzi doing great work once again and getting that pick and falling back toward Bank to wait for his teammates, but Sinners fight their way through. That map control they were given was handy, and the flash comes through again. But Fuzi timings his shot to perfection, and that's another opening for Sangal to work with.
It is interesting, right? It feels like the difference for Fuzi, if he has a second player here, is enormous.
Yeah.
As soon as he loses his sitemate, and I think you saw in that last round, he gets a lot more panicky.
Yeah. Antsy is a good word for that one, I'd say.
Corey's withdrawing this time. Last time he pressed forward in this kind of a situation. Oh, fortunate enough to get a haircut there from Forzy. Forzy eventually finds it. That's what he was waiting for. The patient fisherman on that AWP. And he's going to reel in a big one. Where do they want to take this bomb? This is going to matter a lot. There's only 35 seconds. There's no time for a second call. The Sinners Classic here. They're going to have no margin for error. And Soulfly's just spotted one monster. He goes back for the kill. And now what do they want to do? They have to go in for this. They can't rotate. They have to go in. And fortunately, Forzy catches that first. If he didn't, I don't even know if they would attempt this. The nade, little bit too early, just a tick. But Soulfly has a chance to shut this whole thing down. And he's buying time, he's buying space. Skrunk's now on the scene. Everybody's here. One more nade. Oh, Fuzi dropped the nade. A little late on it, they denied the bomb, and that's the round. That's the round, that's it. It's over, it's done with one more kill in for Shock to provide economic pressure, but it's another one where Sinners put the clock up as an extra opponent against them.
Damn, again. I mean, Forzy, after that ridiculous play in the previous round, rewarded with the AWP picked up from Fuzi, again makes it sing. Ridiculous pick up Banana, and another pick from Connector up to the short sandbags. He should have probably never got that kill, and as you so rightly point out, that was the kill that gave Sinners a sniff, at least, in the round. But Sangal had all the intel, all the information. Once Soulfly swung wide and got that opening frag toward Monster, they knew with the time on the clock left that there was only going to be a B play. And now Corey, MP9, they're not checking this at all. 1 kill, 2 kills, and he's getting flanked finally by Zedko. Still though, he's done his job with that SMG.
Such an important round for Sangal. Such an important round for Sangal. They need to take these last 2. And having the advantage here, I mean, there will be no money if there's no bomb plan here for Sinners. So you're basically shoring up 2 in this one moment. How the Sinners want to address this. Long seems to be the answer. And Fuzi may just be holding court. He's info jumping right now. Shifting all over the place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a scout to be boosted up on long this time, not an AWP that we saw before.
Hey man, don't doubt Forzy. At this point, I'm ready to think he can do it with anything. Oh, don't go for one more hop. Don't go for one more hop. Getting nervous about this one. 40 seconds on. That'll hold them off. They've got a triple boost on here. Shock on top. What can he see? Well, nothing now. He's fallen off. I think that was to peer over to frontside dice.
Green bin, I think. You can see from there, yeah.
Indeed, the hit's going to be coming through. Fuzi on the scene. Molotov in. They know they're out towards long now. Fuzi gets caught by that flashbang, though, and he's dealt with 18 seconds. There's no time. The MP9's at a terrible angle for this fight. And suddenly we're in a 3v2. The bomb is down. This is disastrous now for Sangal, and their money's trash. Can they really risk going for this? They're going to. It seems. But QB's falling off. He doesn't want this. They're going to redouble their efforts back in. Big kill for Soulfly, but all into QB now. 1v2, both in bank. He's seen the one. Does he expect the second? He knows he has to clear this. And he's not even got the first. That's a massive swing around for Sinners. In a 3v4, man down, guns rough, utility limited. They make it happen, and now an advantage at a minimum headed into the half.
Yeah, that's the thing with a long player. Can be so successful in those scenarios, right? You get that one pick toward the player that's just looking for it from DICE, and then your bathroom player, if he's not fallen back to truck already, he's isolated, and he had an MP9, if I'm not mistaken, the bathroom player there. So, yeah, no chance to sort of mid-range angle with 3 players coming your way. 2 insta-picks to recover the situation. Nice try from Soulfly to recover it, but not to be. The synergy with QB, of course, I do believe QB is sort of German-Turkish, so they've got some really got some language similarities there. But as you say, toward the end of the half, the Pistols getting completely eaten up. And how about that? That's a quick ending. 9-6. That was a very clean T-side half from Sinners.
It was, and I think that this, I think it exemplified both teams, right? Sinners love to play the slow, patient game, leaving 15 seconds on the execute. Sangal, very antsy, very aggressive. They want to go forward. They're dumping their nades early, and that was a really good matchup for Sinners here on Overpass, right? Because we saw a lot of situations where even a man up for Sangal, they're a little bit too curious, they're a little bit too shifty, and so that gives the advantage back over to Sinners. It opens the door back in, and they jump right through. And so, I mean, I think there were 3 or 4 rounds there that if Sinners had, or if Sangal rather had just sat in their spots and waited, I don't know if Sinners even attempts to take. But because they did, because they gave those opportunities back over, we've got this 9-6 half, and Sinners are now beautifully poised to close it out in the second. I think this one's Sinners map all the way.
I wouldn't disagree at all. I completely am on board with that one. I think Sangal, it can be rough, as I said, you know, starting T-side, but we've been shown, we've just been shown that it doesn't matter for Sinners. So, yeah, I think it's a very impressive half, and Forzy was having some really impactful situations in that half as well. Not just the rifle play on long that had that 3K, but the fact that he had so many impactful picks over smokes, under smokes with the AWP. He was looking very, very clean. But anyway, we're going to go to a very quick break. When we're back, it's the second half. Oh. Oh. That was some tight stuff there from Sinners. I thought for a second that Sangal were going to clean this one up nicely. That Molotov towards short was perfectly timed. And the fact that they caught the player as well was just a bonus. It would have locked him out either way. And in the end, Forzy, even though they had two players fighting him from pillar, he just takes both of them. And in the end, even though he goes down, doesn't matter. He gives his teammate a 1v1, and that's too much to ask, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a pretty wild start for Sinners. Great stuff. Force buy, bomb plant. That's the way it is. The money after the T-side bomb plant on the pistol round gives you so much to work with. AK on Corey and Kyubi and 2 Galils as well. Skrunk happy to sacrifice himself. That's the IGL's job. This is a round that's, weaponry-wise, is almost as good as Sinners' buy. Yeah. Yeah, good call. Yeah, looks like we've got a bit of a play coming in toward A. There's a 3v4.
Just realized I've been muted
what a tap.
since the half crowd.
Forzy gets the tap, and Skrull gets that insta headshot. Unfortunately, the VMix mute can often be the bane of people's existence, but it doesn't matter. You guys saw it in front of your very eyes. We've had a sick pistol, we've had a sick gun round, and we've had a sick force buy as well, but Sinners have come through all of them pretty impressively as well. Someone in chat, Mike, said, Darth Mike, I want to see a you and Hex side-by-side comparison. Thoughts on that one?
Me and Hex?
Yeah.
I don't think... I've met him several times. We don't look that much alike. I think the hair is probably similar. The hair... Gotcha. I think it's the hair and glasses. But yeah, we can do that sometime. I'm down. I'm down to do a side-by-side pick with Jaden. They'll look like my son.
Pretty nice pick in the following round for Soulflight. Destroying Forzy with an M4. That's a free gun for Corey now. He's been dropped that over. Of course, he took the tag. MP9 in con. Corey with that picked up M4. Going for the duel and wins it instantly. Even with the lack of armor. Confident to go in for that one. And why not if you can hit a shot like that?
Why not, indeed. So this is the round where Sinners could just sort of put this map away. But some questions are being asked here. I'm not sure Sinners have the answers. Shock's very isolated. Here on towards B. Very isolated. He was playing committed towards Monster. Now he'll start to back away. And this is a better position. Because if he went down 1-for-1 traded, I mean, the round's basically over. Be a toughie. But as it is now, he's got a much better sight line on it. He's going to be able to likely survive and play off of his teammates in the retake. And he has had a monstrously good map as well. I think it's kind of snuck up on us, but 20-7 is his scoreline. He has been really quite good One kill found. He's so low, down to 1 HP. The bomb point will be secured at the very least, but a 3-on-3 here in the retake. He's giving his team a prime chance at this one.
Yep, B-Stick from Heaven. Tapping away even further. There's a kit on Zero and Shock, so they can afford to take their time a little bit. The Incendiary to clear out the water position. Very hard to clear out without that Molotov, so a good decision to put it there. Even if there's no one there, it clears out that position. Soulfly destroyed by Zero. Now the final two players are kind of stuck on the site, but Kyubi, that's a brilliant swing to deal with the bridge offense. And that's just about sealed the round. B-Stick has no more say in that one, and that is it. Sangal have fought their way through to a 7th.
Oh my goodness, we got a game, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a game just off of pistols, no armor. Right, a ripper of a shot from Soulfly to open things up, and then just they kept going. Give them an inch, they'll take a mile, and they've got it now. And now they have Sinners in a really interesting point. The investment's going to come through in this round. It'll be fine. Not great, but fine.
Yeah.
But the question that we have to answer is what happens next? If this is a round for Sangal, we could be going the distance here.
It's funny, isn't it? That previous round from Sangal, the force play with the rifles, you think, okay, they've got a great shot in this round. And of course, it's the one after that, which they should be losing, that they win. The classic conundrum of Counter-Strike. 5-7 boosted up, damage done, both which ways of it. 58 and 53 for Zero's 5-7.
Shock holding a smoke here. Gotta be a little careful not to just get his bell wrong. Oh, goes for the fight. A little bit of tickle damage. A shot through the shoulder of QB. That seems like it's going to prompt Sangal with a little bit more aggression towards A. They'll need to be careful. Bomb left behind. You don't want to lose your B lurker then if he's the one who's supposed to scoop up the C4. But if they get this kill on B-Stick, the next closest player is 4Z, way back at jump up.
Yep.
They've somehow missed B-Stick, and I think he may have gotten these comms. I'm really curious about what the audio situation is. Because there's now a player signed, they're rotating a third, moving the fourth up as well. B-Stick has to have heard this. And now as the util comes in, he's got the read. He's got the read, and they've got the stack. They've got all the bodies here for Sinners. This is a perfect setup. Orzi finds the first, there's the second as well. B-Stick strikes, they overlooked his position for way too long. And now Sangal is stuck, 30 seconds. They're trying to go in, they're desperately dumping nades, but they just don't have the bodies for this one, and they look paralyzed. So wary of the flank. Here's going to come the hit. This needs to be the snappiest shooting of their lives right now, Trav. Because this is a deadly triangle that they're wandering into. A triangle of just complete pain in 13 seconds, 12 seconds. There's no more time to spare. They have to get these kills right now. They've done it. They've done it. The bomb's going down. A 2v2 now. And either player close enough to deal with it. That's a massive find for Scrugg. Shock alone. He's been good. This should have been Sinner's round. But now Shock needs to try and recover it. They're so low. It's very doable. He doesn't have a kit, but I think one's down on site. Not actually sure about that one. So time could be an issue as well. Gonna have to be pixel perfect with these bullets. Shock. Goodness. Wandering in. Dancing on the dice. He's going to give this a roll, but he's running out of time. He's running out of clock, and without a kit, I mean, this one's already done. He's waited far too long. He's been too slow about this. It's going to be done. He's going to try and save, but that's a disaster of a round to give up here. That is Sangal in prime position.
Goodness me. That's a fantastic recovery again, and surprising as well. The fact that they fought their way through in that position, you were right about the triangle. It was a triangle of death. And guess what? They avoided it. Somehow, fighting their way through with 10 seconds to go. That player on the back of the dice, you really would have thought would have been the round denier. But as it is, apparently, Sangal not too good with the utility. And now, in the following round, Sinners, all they have is the saved AK on Shock. It's on the man you want to have it, of course. And look at this boost. Innovative boost coming in. 3 men toward long. Having a look toward T-steps. I might even go for a boost off the back of it as well, because there's one you can do on the slide too. The AK now is very much in prime position. Hello, goodbye, Scrugg. Does he even know where he's been shot from? One tap, and he's gone.
Teammates are looking at their radar going, oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. Couple guns about to be picked up. They picked the right site to funnel into, but the bomb has to get away. And Soulfly knows He's running. Molotov goes down. That should secure his escape. And meanwhile, Corey wants to get right in the fray. 1 kill found, a 2nd kill found. Corey bringing back these numbers, dropping these guns as well. Those are nice finds. SoFly! SoFly! It's rookie season, and SoFly just got a jump scare. Bomb's gonna go down. And now some sanity should be restored here, Trav.
Well then, okay, that was interesting. Let's put it that way. Interesting, the caster language for that was a bloody mess. But
SoFly
there we go.
Thought he was playing Counter-Strike. Turned out it was Dead by Daylight.
Oh dear. Anyway, they're gonna recover it. That boost to get Shock. That first kill was glorious. And in fact, he gets a 2nd as well, as what made it so scary. But in the end, Corey with 2, SoFly with 1 after getting, as you so rightly say, very much spooked. And might need to change of underwear after that one.
I do, at least. Man, I thought we were done with Halloween. It was the last night. Went out, gave out candy to all the little children's. Saw some good costumes this year.
Oh really? Give me some examples.
I had a whole family of ducklings, where it was a mom, a dad, and like a little toddler, all wearing the same duck outfit in different sizes. Pretty prime.
That's cute.
Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Here comes the hit. Faster paced play. Sangal just wants to get right into the action. And well, early results not so promising. The hold's been good for Sinners. They were ready for this, and it's a 2v4 at this point. Corey at least brings back 1, but they've disintegrated on approach. The stack was in the right place, and it's just going to be Corey to try and bring back an ace. But that 2nd kill has me asking some questions. He's got a minute 18 to work with. He's got time. And he has a player pretty isolated here. He's player Graffiti, but he doesn't even die. I was gonna say he doesn't read the 2nd spot, but 0 does bring it home.
Goodness me. I think he survived a little bit longer than I was expecting there, but yeah, this game continues to deliver, I gotta say. There have been plenty of slow rounds, sure, but they've ended in some explosive afterplant scenarios. It's been very enjoyable to watch indeed. What was he up to? 17 and 11. Shock up to 25 and 10. Very clean stuff from Sinners. Need to take Sangal down here cleanly, and guess what? They might be rewarded with a 14-9 lead. Oh, 4Z. Opening kill towards Scrunk and collateral damage toward Corey as well. That's the connector peak you like to see come in. So often you get lineups in that position, and it's happened again.
Kill brought back in. And look at Zedco. He wants to take the space. This is something we really haven't seen from Sinners. This is something we really have not seen from Sinners, and I think this might catch Sangal off guard. We saw that one round where they 5-push Fountain, right? But that was USPs. Yeah. And apart from that, we just have not gotten this kind of aggression. Oh, Zedco. Keep going. Keep going. He can have the backstab of his life, but he's got to go pretty quick, because they're going to execute here before you know it. And if they get through the monster tunnel, his position may not matter. He's allowed them to stack, the triple stack, all this information, but Corey's got the first kill, and now they're just flooding in. This is going to be too late. Zedco might catch 1, but even then, he's not even going to catch the 1. He's not even going to catch him. Zero's in a tough spot, but he's got to smoke for cover. He's trying to hold the line. Zedco is way too late into this. Way too late. First kill found. Soulfly trades it, and he has no idea where Zedco is, because he hasn't seen him yet. 30 seconds to go. This is going to be a guessing game now. For all Zedco knows, Soulfly has gone up to A. And as he clears this, he might actually read that, but timing is perfect. It winds up working out. The patience on the backstab secures them the round. Still going to say that was way too slow.
No, I agree. I mean, Zedco could have been a lot quicker there, because I'm pretty sure they had the information that both were coming through at the same time as well. In the end, they should be pretty delighted with the fact they came out on top on that one. Another close round, another clutch situation where, you know, it could have gone either way. And then the HP and the timing of him walking up toward A is just not in his favour, unfortunately, for Sangal. So that's 13-9. They are going to go for a full investment off the back of this. That's 2 Galils, 2 Tech 9s and a Deagle. I think this could be an early nail in a Sangal coffin if they can't get any success with these pistols.
That would have been a huge fight.
Squeaky.
Would have been a huge kill either way. Definitely a clincher for both sides. Come on, QB. Take the Tech 9. Man got you a present. Where are they going to go with this?
I reckon they're going to walk long. I have a sneaking suspicion. It's either a walk bathroom or a walk long, I think. Because long has been successful already for Sinners in this game, and they might think to themselves, okay, well, we've been burnt by it. Let's see if we can hit back with that same strategy. It's going to be a bit of a push up bathrooms together. Unfortunately, they're pushing into B-Stick, and they're pushing into B-Stick one by one.
All right.
One by one. And guess what? B-Stick's just counted to 4. What about that?
I mean, he doesn't even take a bullet back. What are they doing there? They're trying to collapse. They have to know. There's 5 alive, right? They have to know that somewhere in bathrooms there's likely a player. And they just didn't seem to be remotely prepared for his position. This could be the ace for B-Stick. He's like the most underwhelming ace you've ever seen. So Forzy snatches it from him, saying, you don't deserve that. I mean, it was a really nice play from B-Stick. It was a really nice play. They just didn't do anything to make it too hard for him. That's, I mean, hey, I can't do that with a farmhouse. I'll be the first to admit that.
No.
Still, that was one of the most comfortable 4Ks in bathrooms I've ever seen.
I know, right? Because so often you're overwhelmed in that position, and that was just calm, precise burst with the FAMAS. I think I've seen 1 FAMAS ace in my entire casting career. That was from Rolls on Sprout, when he was summoned Sprout. I'll always remember that because of that. And we almost had another one. And it would have been tastier, I've got to say, because that was clean as anything from B-Stick, and that might just be what gets Sinners nearer and closer to that finish line. They're on 14. We've got pistols to face. Sangal are playing for OT. It's a long road back on T side.
Looking done. Strunk at least can ask some questions, but Forzy will answer those questions immediately. And I mean, this round's done. Corey's biggest goal right now, he can't pull off a very improbable 1v4 with a Deagle, is to die.
Yeah. Needs loss bonus.
Definitely.
Okay.
Most decidedly. I mean, I'm even looking at this, unless he gets a 4K here. I don't even think there's a road to a bomb plant.
Nice, there you go. Caught off with a bit of crossfire from Connector and Banana. AWP recovered. Everything going well for Sinners and Sangal. Unfortunately, with the architect of their own downfall on a couple of these rounds. Timing's not working in their favour. Sure, that can work to a little bit of luck sometimes, but that 1-by-1 peak toward B-Stick on that 4 spy was not the best, unfortunately.
No.
And in this case, they've taken a sensible pill. They've walked back, hold the sights rather than go aggressive when they don't need to. And it's paying dividends at the moment.
Oh, look at this aggression. Zedco. Oh, I kind of love it. And he catches one. Again, this is where you get the tempo change-ups coming through from Sinners, right? They've set expectations that they're super passive through so many of these rounds. And this is where they start to get adventurous. Nice nade trade. Knew how much damage he'd done. The extra aggression, maybe now is where you settle back in. Now they've given up an advantage. They had so much. They wanted that map control. And QB has punished them for it. Oh, Fuzi might find another. They really want to push this again? That's a bit of a blunder. Zero trying to make the unexpected play, and in doing so, he yields himself over to the AWP. The bomb is going to go down. QB gets a kill, and wow, now this is a bit disastrous. Bomb down. Save called for Forzy. He'll try and back away. It's a 10th round at least for Sangal as they try and make this path in to OT.
Yeah, bit of maybe a slight lack of discretion there from from Sinners. Perhaps, as you say, Zero maybe didn't need to walk through short pipe. If he just sticks short, he could perhaps take them coming up Monster and into the B site itself, and that round could be completely different, and we maybe could even be in our cam segment. But as it is, Sangal fighting their way in, QB looking very nice, and that does give me hope for map 2, right? Even if Sangal are to lose this map, this opening map, don't forget it's Sinner's pick, so it's, one, it's not the end of the world, and two, I think Kyubi, Fuzi, and Corey as well, has to be said. I think those three guys have actually been looking pretty good so far today, individually, so they'll hopefully be warmed up properly for their map pick. Soulfly, not necessarily at the level I expect from him just yet. I've seen such ridiculous numbers from him and performances in the RMR and various online Tier 2 tournaments. He is one of Sangal's stars for sure, ever since they had that Turkish roster. And keeping that one Turkish player on the team, of course, is important for a Turkish organisation. So even they kept him.
Are they a Turkish organisation?
I think they're owned by some Turkish people. I'm not sure if it's actually based in Turkey, but I'm pretty sure they have some like Turkish CEOs or something. I'm not sure. I have to double check.
All right, look at this aggression.
I'll double check right now.
B-Stick. B-Stick, he's going to get one. Does he get the second as well? There's a massive duel going on here over towards A, and well, there we go. B-Stick manages to hold the line. His smoke forced out from Fuzi as well, as he just wants to live. That's so much map control denied. They should comfortably know it's not coming towards A. And this position here on the Storm Trade, this is a little bit out and exposed, and it does seem like the kills are coming in. We're third person. Just watching this, a little bit of madness going on here, and it's all onto Fuzi. It's all onto Fuzi. Fuzi alone. Wandering back in. Trying to give a poke at the B site, but he has no idea where there's cover. He has no idea where there's safety. He's going to try and drop on his towards site. He's straight up dead from 4Z. So that's going to be the game. Sinners are going to take that map pick. That's very nicely done. I mean, I think the tempo was set in the first half. They played a very patient game. They played their style, their brand, and Sangal played into their hand quite a bit. And then that continued, right? We saw some big rounds from Sangal, some rounds that they had no business winning, in particular that no armor Deagle round. But that kind of X factor isn't enough when the ultimate game plan is going against you here, Trav.
No, I know. I mean, it was a rough start, simply. I mean, they gave up too many rounds on their CT side, and that was the issue, ultimately. I mean, especially early on in a series. Even though they've had decent results on it in the past, that is now their third loss in a row on Overpass. So perhaps it's something for them to work on in the future. As you say, the slow start was a little bit of a tough one. And I think, in the end, Sinner's protocols on Overpass, which I've seen throughout, quite a lot